What's up, guys? Finally back. I know it's been a long time since I've made a video. I'm slowly getting back into it. It's just been, my time's been very limited ever since being a new father. It's just I've been trying to spend time with my family. You know, being a good dad was important to me. So I put making bait and making videos kind of on the back burner until my daughter got a little bit older and I had a little bit more time to make some baits. So it's slowly come together, but just stay tuned to my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for any updates. And yeah, thanks for being patient. But this video is going to be about a company that I've slowly started changing out all my baits and started using this company's baits. It's a company called Catching Concepts. It's a company based out of Northern California by Herman Oswald. He's been in the lure business for over 30 years, so he's got tons of experience. A great guy to work with, and a great guy to talk to. He has so much fishing knowledge, it's crazy. I've heard so much from him. Love talking to him. But anyways, I'm going to be talking about his baits, and from his deep divers to his finesse crankbaits to his square bills to his jerkbaits to his topwater. The list goes on. He's got tons of patterns, awesome stuff, and it's high quality. So this video is just going to be about where you can buy them and then also why I've made the switch. So stay tuned. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I've laid out some of the most popular models that you can find in Catching Concepts. From deep divers to jerkbaits to topwater to finesse crankbaits. He makes a variety of different models, so you can pretty much find whatever you need through his company. That's why I've totally switched over to his baits. The quality is outstanding. When I say quality, I mean the durability, the paint, the clear coat, the hardware, everything. I mean, each bait you can tell is made with love, because it is just, you're not going to find a better bait out there, better crankbait at least. I haven't found one. And I've mainly switched because I was sick of fishing cheaper crankbaits that don't last very long at all. Like, I'm talking Strike King, you know, cheaply made plastic crankbaits, stuff that you throw against a rock a couple times and the bill is going to break off because it's plastic. Stuff like that. I was just sick of paying for tons of crankbaits that were going to end up being broken anyways. But these baits I've thrown against rocks, stumps, wood, anything you could think of I've hit, and I've yet to have one break. I haven't had clear coat crack. I haven't had any of those problems, so I don't mind paying that extra money for a bait if it's gonna last me. Because if you think about it, all those cheap baits that you've bought over the years, they're adding up to what one of these is gonna cost. So to be honest, you're saving yourself money when you're buying these quality baits. But anyways, I was going to tell you where you can actually buy them from. I go through a company called Carolina Crankbait Supply Company. My buddy Chad owns the company, and he's just a great guy, and he's easy to work with. You can find their company on Instagram, and you can also find them on Facebook. I would message him on Facebook. He's easier to get a hold of there. But anyways, that's where I buy most of my Catching Concepts, because he always gets awesome stuff from Herman. So that's Carolina Crankbait Supply Company. I would suggest going to them. Like I said, he's easy to talk to. But anyways, back to Catching Concepts. These baits are from California, like I said, Northern California, and they're made from redwood. So that redwood I think it's the most durable wood out there when it comes to fishing crankbaits. I don't know anyone else that makes a redwood crankbait. I think he is actually the only one in the world that does that. So that's pretty cool. You can find balsa and cedar and stuff like that, but that stuff is really cheap. I don't know if you guys have ever fished balsa crankbaits, but like if you fish a Rapala and you slap it on the water to try to get weeds off, it's gonna break pretty easily. I've had multiple baits break because I slapped the water, which I know you shouldn't, but I've slapped the water all the time with these baits, and I don't have any problems with it. So, yeah. So like I said, the redwood, not only is it durable, but when you're fishing it and you hit a rock or a stump or something like that, it makes a different noise than the actual balsa. So the fish aren't used to, hearing a redwood bait hit off something. It just makes a different noise. That and then the clear coats on these things are absolutely insane. I don't have any bubbles. I don't have cracks. I don't have any of that kind of mess. It doesn't bubble up when it gets hot outside and sitting in your tackle box. It's just high quality. And then on top of that is the hardware. It has awesome hooks. You know, when you buy a cheap crankbait, you're gonna get pretty cheap hooks and split rings. But with his, most of his come with KVD triple grips. Most of you guys know what that is, or they come with the VMC Barbarians where they have the reverse barb on the outside. Two great hooks to put on your crankbaits. So awesome stuff. And then he's been making crankbaits for over 30 years, so he knows what he's doing. He's perfected it, and no one's doing what he's actually making. So I'm going to jump in and I'm going to show you exactly what each model he makes that I have at this moment. So to start out with, he makes, this is probably his most famous model. This is his Super Bee. If you follow him on Facebook, you'll see him post most of the time stuff about his Super Bee. It's a square bill crankbait, but the difference between his square bill and most other square bills, obviously the shape. Most square bills or other crankbaits are round. His, if you can kind of see, it has distinct edges, one, then the top, and then the other. So just the way it moves through the water is a lot different than fishing a rounder bait. So not only is that a big difference, is this thing moves water a lot. Like, it causes a lot of vibration. And I really think it does make a difference when the fish, when they use their lateral lines to feel vibration, they're gonna, I really think this makes a difference. And then the sound on top of that, when you deflect off different structure, causes fish to strike. But anyways, this, when it moves through the water, it causes a rolling, wobbling action, like very, very side to side action. And when you get other square bills, you're not going to get, but like almost like a tighter action. This has an extremely wide wobble, causing a lot of moving water and vibration for the fish to feel. So that was in the bumblebee pattern. Pretty awesome pattern that he makes. One of the coolest ones that I have. Next is a Super Bee Junior. This is an awesome crankbait. It's just about half the size of the Super Bee. This is in the Supreme Brim pattern. These are all fiberboard square bills that he makes. So I've never had any of these break. And he uses brass hardware, like you can see right there, the line tie. Just awesome. His paint schemes are insane. And then he also signs each bait and then marks the date that it was made. So if you collect these, it's pretty cool. You can actually go back and look and say, oh yeah, I got that in 2016. So most of these baits are from 2016. I got some really old ones from like 04. I'll have to show you guys some of those. But next one, I'm getting some deeper diver stuff. This is an MC1. Not exactly sure what the name is of this pattern. I can't remember. But it's like a bronze crawl pattern. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Get it better. There we go. Pretty sweet right there. But this is a coffin bill crankbait, and it goes about 10 feet deep. Like I said, this is the MC1, and you're gonna get a tighter action because it's pretty thin, as you can tell right there. But he's got, on all his baits, he's got the distinct, those distinct edges, which I honestly think make a difference in the action. Here's another one in a cool pattern. This is in a brim pattern. If it would focus, there we go. Awesome, awesome stuff right there. So this one goes 10 feet as well. This is the same model, MC1. Then you have the MC2, which is a step above the MC1. It's just a little bit bigger bait, but it dives to the same depth, about 10 feet. This is one of my favorite patterns. The lighting's not the best, so I can't really show you, but it's more of an orange. This is his carp pattern. Really, really sweet. But this one goes 10 feet as well. It's just a little bit bigger body. Let me see. I thought I had another one out. I'll have to get into more to show you more patterns. But this one is my favorite right now. This one's called the Rip and See. Same body as the MC2, about the same width. But the only thing that's different is the bill. If you can see that. Herman told me this is more like a shad wrap type bait. But the cool thing about this one is you can actually burn this bait. So you can use a high gear ratio reel to fish this crankbait, which is kind of unheard of with most crankbaits. You got to use, people say use a low gear ratio reel so you can get it down deep. But this one is made to fish fast. I use it as a search bait, so just really awesome. This is probably my favorite bait that he makes. But I've got way too many of these. I don't say too many, you can never have too many, but this is his bone pattern. It's got an orange belly. Really awesome. His stuff is so awesome. His patterns he makes. So this one goes I think 8 to 9 feet. So awesome bait. Here's another pattern he makes in the Rip and See. This is the splatterback. It's got a chartreuse to orange belly, and then his eyes are chartreuse. Pretty sweet. And then another Rip and See. This is probably one of the hottest colors he has right now. Been tearing him up on this color right here. This is the Magic Crawl pattern. Okay, just zoom in just a little bit. Sorry about that. There we go. So it's got a little bit of sparkle in there, and then it's got kind of a brown to green top, and then orange on the belly. Fish destroy this bait right here. This is another Rip and See in this color. Just very, very awesome. All right, let me move on to another bait. All right, so the next bait, I'm gonna get into some more, some smaller finesse baits that he makes. This one is the KC1. Something really cool about this bait is, hold on, is the bill. So the bill, if you look at it closely, it's a round bill, but it has a brass line tie. Some of you may know what this is from. This is actually a Bagley's bill. He's got the same exact ones that Bagley's used on like the small fry. I think it was mostly the small fry that used this bill, but this gives it a wicked action. It literally goes side this and through the water and a little bit like that. So it's really, really crazy, but it moves a lot of water for a small bait. I think this is his lava crawl pattern. Really, really awesome. Like I said, he makes some of the best patterns out there. But that's the KC1. This goes 3 to 4 feet. I think it's more on the 4 foot range. Awesome bait. Here's another one in that same brim pattern I showed you earlier. I can't remember the name. I think it's spring brim or something. but it's got a nice orange belly. It's just very natural looking. Done really, really well on this this pattern and bait right here. And then I have the KC 0.5. So this is a step below the one I just showed you, the KC1. This one actually, I think it dies. It has the same bill, but just a smaller body, so it dies about the same. This is his, I think the limit shad pattern. Really awesome. So this is more of your finesse crankbait. Sticking to finesse crankbaits, this is the FPC 0.5. I mean, as you can tell, I got small hands, but this is a very small bait. But don't let it fool you, it catches plenty of fish. I've done really, really well on the 0.5. So this is his, I think it's Clark Gable pattern, but really, really sweet. It's got the orange belly. Difference between this one is it has a round lip right there, a round short lip. But yeah, perfect for finesse. Here's another. This is in, I want to say early morning or sunrise. I can't remember. He has so many different patterns, it's hard to remember sometimes which ones they are. So, like I said, the lighting's not the best, so I'm trying to do my best I can to show you guys. A lot of orange in this bait, so. But yeah, these finesse baits catch a lot of fish, even big fish. So, okay, so moving up, this is the FPC, excuse me, FPC 1. This one is in another brim pattern, but it's kind of a lighter brim pattern than the other one I showed you. It's kind of a lime green on top, orange belly, and it's got the stripes. This is another one of my favorite patterns he makes. So that FPC 0.5 I just showed you, the smaller one, goes about 3 feet, and this one goes like between 3 and 5 feet, somewhere around there. This is an awesome bait. And then next is one more step up. This is FPC 2. It's just a little bit bigger than the FPC 1, but it's gonna go the same depth. It's got the same bill on it. So, and this is in his limit shad pattern. Really, really awesome. You can kind of see that purple down there and turn to silver, and then kind of a sparkly grayish top. But like I said, he's still got those edges. As you can see, every bait he makes has got those distinct edges right there. Next, this is an awesome bait. He hasn't come out with this for the to the public yet, but he will be soon. And I've been lucky enough to have been able to fish it this spring. This is the JB5. This pattern is insane. I'm not really sure the name of it. I don't think he's come up with the name of it yet, but definitely one of my favorites. I've caught one of my biggest fish this year on this bait, and they absolutely destroyed the bait. The first time I fished it, you can kind of see the teeth marks on the top, right there. But yeah, this is a it's kind of crazy. He actually perfected, this is made out of wood, and there's he perfected that almost like, it's almost a suspending jerkbait, which is kind of really, really hard to do for a wooden bait. So it's a slow rise jerkbait. So but when I say slow, it's really slow. So it's almost like a suspending jerkbait. But the thing is, it's a massive jerkbait. I know my hands are small, but I mean, look at the size of that. It's 5.5 inches long. Just massive. But like I said, the fish just destroy this bait. So keep your eyes out for that one. That one should be coming out soon. Awesome bait. And then here's one of his top waters. This is called the Tattletail. So it has the round lip, kind of like the KC1. Like the KC1, but it has it at a steeper angle with a blade on the back, kind of like a torpedo. So you're gonna get this wide wake, because it's pretty much a wake bait, but you're gonna get this wide wake with the tail, the bubble trail in the back. So it's a really awesome bait. Catches a lot of topwater fish. Done really good around weeds and stuff with this bait. So another cool crankbait he makes. Now I'm gonna get into. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit so you can see this, or zoom in. All right, so these are some of my boxes that I have of his crankbaits. Just different colors. I don't take all these out in the water with me to fish. Obviously, I don't need 5 of one color out there on the water. But like here's some. These are the Super B Juniors. Some different patterns in there. That one's really cool crawl. Prototypes. I'm not really sure the name of these, but that's the Tattletail. Then there's some more Super B Juniors. This is a really cool bait I didn't really tell you guys about. This is a Super B Junior Deep. You can see that bill on there. It is massive, so really awesome. Goes about 10 feet, I think a little bit more, but really awesome deep bait. Some more MC1s. And they got MC2s here. And then my favorite, the Rip and See. I really suggest you guys go out and try one of those and you tell me what you think about it. And then these are all Super Bs back here, the bigger square bills. Here's the Super B Junior. This is in Voodoo. Kind of looks like fish bones on the sides. Really cool. But yeah, that's one of the boxes. Like I said, I've pretty much sold all my other crankbaits, so I could fund buying his, which are totally worth it. Most of these are his in here. Some of them are not. These aren't his, but the rest are. Here's some KC1s. A lot of KC1s right here. Oh yeah, this is a Topwater prop bait. I can't remember the name, but it's got a prop on the front and the back. And it's still got those edges just like his crankbaits. Really cool. And then I got some of his old school stuff I bought off eBay because someone was getting rid of it. But just some stuff he doesn't really make anymore, the patterns he doesn't make. Some of these are pretty rough. And then this one, like I said, has some old stuff. This is from 04. This is the beginning of Catching Concepts. This is his Super B. This thing looks brand new too. It's pretty cool. I don't even know if I'd want to fish that. Maybe one day. And then some other stuff like this is, I don't even know what the name of this one is, but it's got that steep coffin bill. Which I imagine is going pretty deep, so it's a bigger bait. I mean, look at the size of it in my hand. And then back here, I have a lot of FPCs, all that back there. And then lastly, this right here is my box of what I take out in the water, because since I'm in a kayak, I really try not to take too much because there's not enough room. So most of the stuff in here is his, except some of the stuff over here. But anyways, the FPC1s. FPC1. Here is a Super B Junior wake bait. He hasn't come out with this yet either. But man, does it cause some serious wake. So, awesome bait. And then the other side is some deeper stuff that that is his too. So you're gonna think I have so much of his bait, which I do. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot. It's over, I think it's over 100 baits, but it's totally worth it. When I mean, this is pretty much all I have left of the crankbaits that I fish. So, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was pretty long, but sorry for this camera too. It's pretty long, but I just wanted to show you, I mean, you can only see a glimpse of what he actually makes. You need to actually buy it and hold it in your hand and fish it and really see, you know, what's so magical about it. I've tried to really just focus on fishing his baits the whole year. So I think it will be easier now that I've gotten rid of most of my other baits. But just some days the fish aren't going to always bite a crankbait. So, but I will be sticking to fishing his stuff. Just go out there and try it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, just leave them down below. I'll put a description in my in the video of where you catching concept, or not catching concepts, but yeah, catching concepts, and what is it? Carolina Crankbait Supply Company, and you'll be able to buy from Chad, my buddy, and he should be able to help out with any crankbait needs you have. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe, and I will be back soon with building more baits. Thanks, guys.